Have you ever found yourself in a situation where someone's question made you uncomfortable, yet you felt compelled to answer? Why do we often feel obligated to reveal more about ourselves than necessary, especially as we age? In today's video, we'll explore the subtle art of valuing your privacy in old age, focusing on specific questions that you should never feel forced to answer. We'll dissect why these questions are asked and arm you with the strategies to maintain your dignity and control over your personal information. Privacy is a treasure that becomes more precious with time, yet it's often undervalued in our later years. As we advance in age, the questions become more probing, from financial inquiries to personal life. Each question, though seemingly harmless, carries weight and potential consequences. Today, we will uncover the motives behind these questions and guide you on how to safeguard your personal details like a seasoned diplomat. Stay with us as we navigate through these invasive questions, ensuring that by the end of this video, you will be better equipped to protect not just your personal information but also your peace of mind. Remember, aging doesn't diminish our right to privacy. If anything, it highlights the importance of guarding it more fiercely. So let's dive in and learn how to respond with poise and confidence, turning curious prying into an opportunity to reinforce your boundaries. The value of privacy in old age. Why is privacy so crucial as we grow older? Privacy in old age isn't just about keeping secrets. It's about maintaining autonomy, control, and respect. It's about choosing what we share about our lives and with whom. As we age, our social circles often shrink, and intimate details can become more visible and vulnerable to misuse. This vulnerability is why we must be vigilant about the information we divulge. Firstly, privacy affects our mental health. Feeling that we have control over our personal information can significantly reduce stress and anxiety. For many seniors, retaining this control is empowering, providing a sense of security in a phase of life that can often feel uncertain. Losing control over personal information can lead to feelings of exposure and helplessness, which are particularly detrimental in old age, when one may already be dealing with other forms of loss or change. Secondly, societal views on aging can exacerbate invasiveness. There's a stereotype that as people age, they become less capable of managing their affairs or making sound decisions. This misconception leads to more frequent and more intrusive questions, where every answer given can be scrutinized and judged. By holding on to our privacy, we challenge these stereotypes, asserting our competence and independence. Throughout this video, we will look at specific questions that target our finances, our family relationships, our plans for the future, and even our past. Each of these areas is sensitive, and how we choose to handle inquiries about them can significantly impact our dignity. But how do we deflect these prying questions without coming across as rude or secretive? The key is in the delivery. Responding with confidence and a smile, "Oh, I like to keep some things to myself," can be both disarming and assertive. It signals that while you are open and engaging, you have boundaries that others must respect. We must remember that being private does not mean being closed off. It means being selective about who enters our inner circle. As we delve deeper into the types of questions you should avoid answering, consider how maintaining privacy can not only protect you, but also enhance your relationships by focusing them on trust and mutual respect, rather than curiosity and entitlement. Remember, your life's details are valuable and worth protecting. Question 1. Financial details. Navigating financial inquiries in old age is a delicate art. As we explore this sensitive topic, let's understand why these questions are not just about curiosity, but often about ulterior motives. How much money do you have? This question seems simple, but it's loaded with implications. The moment you disclose your financial status, you open yourself up to judgments and potential exploitation. Whether the intent behind the inquiry is innocent or not, the consequences can be profound. First, consider the immediate impact of revealing your financial situation. If you mention having substantial savings, you might find yourself suddenly surrounded by relatives and acquaintances with newfound interest in your well-being, or rather, what they can gain from it. On the other hand, confessing to limited resources can lead to pity or dismissive attitudes, stripping you of your dignity and possibly influencing the level of respect others afford you. Moreover, once people know about your wealth, they start seeing you not just as a loved one, but as a potential source of funds. This shift in perception can lead to uncomfortable situations where you are asked for loans or financial support, sometimes subtly and sometimes overtly. It begins with casual requests, but can quickly escalate into a situation where you feel pressured to give more than you are comfortable with. How can you handle such situations? The strategy here is to maintain ambiguity. When asked about your financial status, a simple, non-committal answer like, "I've been fortunate to manage," or "I plan things one day at a time," keeps your actual circumstances vague, preventing any calculations on your listener's part. This not only protects your assets but also discourages further probing. Additionally, maintaining financial privacy isn't just about avoiding discomfort, it's a crucial aspect of protecting your autonomy. You've worked hard for your money, and you have the right to decide how it's used. Being nonspecific about your financial details ensures that these decisions remain in your hands, not someone else's. Remember, too, that financial independence in old age is about more than just money. It's about freedom. It's about the ability to make choices that align with your values and desires, without undue influence from those around you. In this light, being secretive about your finances is not just a defensive tactic. It's an affirmative step toward maintaining your independence and ensuring that your future decisions are made based on what's best for you, not what others might want. In conclusion, keep your financial cards close to your chest. Change the subject if you feel uncomfortable, or turn the question around by asking, "Why do you ask?" This not only deflects the question but also puts the asker in a position to explain their motives, giving you more control over the conversation. Through these techniques, you can navigate financial discussions with tact and maintain your peace of mind. Question 2. Inheritance plans. When it comes to the sensitive subject of inheritance, the question, "Who are you leaving your money to?" can feel like an invasion of your most personal decisions. This inquiry is rarely made out of simple curiosity. More often, it reflects underlying motives tied to control, expectation, or entitlement. Understanding how to navigate these waters can help protect your relationships and ensure that your intentions are respected. Discussing your estate plans can be like opening a Pandora's box of family dynamics and individual expectations. If people know where they stand in your will, it might change how they interact with you, sometimes for the worse. They might become overly attentive, treating their relationship with you as an investment from which they expect returns. Conversely, if they find themselves excluded or not as prominently featured as they hoped, it may lead to resentment or a withdrawal of affection. The key here is discretion. By keeping your inheritance plans private, you prevent any manipulation of your relationships based on what others might gain. You allow your interactions to be genuine, not tainted by expectations or strategic positioning. When someone poses this invasive question, a firm but polite response such as, "I've made arrangements that I'm comfortable with and I prefer to keep them private," not only draws a boundary but also asserts your autonomy over your financial decision. Moreover, this discretion serves as a shield for your mental peace. Knowing that your estate plans are secure and undisclosed prevents unnecessary drama and keeps those with ulterior motives at bay. It reinforces that your affection cannot be quantified by monetary inclusion and that your relationships are valued on a deeper, more genuine level. Privacy in inheritance matters also upholds your dignity, allowing you to make changes to your plans as you see fit, without external pressures or judgment. It ensures that your decisions reflect your true intentions and values, not coerced adjustments made in response to others' desires or disappointments. Finally, consider the broader implications of openly discussing your estate plans. Once shared, this information can't be taken back and might lead to long-term consequences within your social and family circles. To manage this, always weigh the necessity of sharing against the potential fallout. More often than not, you'll find that silence is the most prudent policy. In essence, treat your inheritance plans as confidential information that is exempt from casual discussion. Redirect conversations that veer towards this topic with responses that emphasize your commitment to privacy. For instance, saying, "I believe such matters are best kept within the family and discussed at the right time," not only respects your privacy, but also sets a respectful tone for how sensitive topics should be handled. Question 3. Family relations. Why don't your kids visit you more often? This seemingly innocent question can subtly carry judgment and evoke personal insecurities. Whether posed by a distant relative or a close friend, it often digs into private and potentially painful areas of family life. How you handle such queries can profoundly affect your emotional well-being. This question can imply a fault in your relationships or parenting, insinuating that perhaps something is amiss if visits are infrequent. For many, such implications can be hurtful, dredging up feelings of regret or sadness. It's important to recognize the complexity of family dynamics, which are influenced by myriad factors beyond mere affection, such as geographical distances, busy lives, and personal choices. When faced with this type of inquiry, maintaining your privacy is crucial. Offering vague yet polite responses preserves your dignity while preventing any unwanted pity or gossip. Responding with, "We each have our lives, but we remain close at heart," not only deflects the question but also emphasizes the strength and independence of your family bonds without disclosing specifics. Moreover, responding confidently to such questions can discourage further prying and reinforce your boundaries. It signals to others that your family life, while important to you, isn't up for public discussion. This approach can be particularly effective in safeguarding against those who might seek to exploit perceived weaknesses in your familial relationships for their own purposes. It's also beneficial to shift the conversation away from topics that you find uncomfortable. Steering discussions towards more general or positive aspects of your life can help you maintain control over the narrative shared with others. For instance, you might redirect a conversation by saying, "I'm really enjoying some of the new hobbies I've picked up recently. Have you tried anything new yourself?" This not only moves the focus away from your family, but also invites a reciprocal exchange that can lead to more enjoyable and less invasive topics. Remember, the frequency of family visits does not define the quality of your relationships. Emphasizing this perspective in your responses can also help educate others about respecting personal boundaries and the varied nature of family interactions in modern life. Ultimately, the goal is not just to protect your privacy, but to foster interactions based on respect and genuine interest rather than curiosity and judgment. By setting these boundaries, you uphold your self-respect and ensure that conversations remain appropriate and comfortable for you. Question 4. Age-related queries. How old are you really? This question, while often framed as casual small talk, carries deeper implications about age and capability. In a society that frequently equates age with decline, disclosing your exact age can inadvertently lead to stereotypes that diminish your perceived abilities and value. Addressing age questions requires a tactful approach that both respects the curiosity of the questioner and protects your personal dignity. It's essential to remember that your age does not define your abilities or your worth. Age is merely a number, and its disclosure should not change how you are treated or regarded. When someone asks about your age, a playful yet firm response can be effective. For example, saying, "Old enough to know better than to answer that question," not only deflects the inquiry, but does so with a touch of humor that can diffuse any potential awkwardness. This type of response also subtly reminds others that age should not be a focal point of judgment or a criterion for determining one's capability. Additionally, maintaining ambiguity about your age serves as a defense against ageism. It keeps people from making assumptions based on your chronological age, allowing them to focus more on your actual skills, knowledge, and experience. By not defining yourself by a number, you encourage others to appreciate your contributions without bias. Moreover, when deflecting these questions, it's beneficial to shift the conversation towards topics that highlight your activities and accomplishments. For instance, responding with, "Age is just a number, let me tell you about what I've been learning lately," not only steers the conversation away from numerical age, but also focuses on your ongoing engagement with life and learning. By adopting this approach, you not only protect your privacy, but also challenge societal norms about aging. You demonstrate that age should not be a barrier to participation or a measure of relevance. In conclusion, treat your age as irrelevant to the discussion of your qualities and capabilities. Emphasize the richness of your experiences rather than the years of your life, and insist on respect that transcends age. This mindset not only preserves your self-respect, but also educates others to consider more than just a number. Question 5. Personal life and dating? Are you dating anyone? This question, although common, can intrude into your private life and evoke strong emotional reactions depending on your current relationship status or personal feelings about dating in old age. It's important to handle such questions with grace and tact, ensuring that your personal life remains just that. When this question arises, it often carries hidden implications or expectations. If you answer yes, you might face judgments about the appropriateness of your relationship, particularly if you are recently widowed or divorced. A no might elicit pity or assumptions about loneliness. In both cases, the inquiry shifts focus from who you are as a person to your romantic status, which can be both uncomfortable and unnecessary. The best strategy is to maintain your privacy while not closing off the conversation entirely. A response such as, "I enjoy the company I keep," allows you to acknowledge the question without revealing specifics about your dating life. It's a polite way of saying that your personal relationships are not up for public discussion, but you are still open and sociable. Moreover, emphasizing your contentment with life regardless of your relationship status can be a powerful way to assert your independence and satisfaction with your personal choices. For example, you might say, "I'm really appreciating this chapter of my life," which redirects the conversation to your overall happiness and well-being, rather than your romantic involvements. Additionally, redirecting the conversation to activities or interests that excite you can help shift the focus from your personal life to what truly matters to you. Sharing something like, "Actually, I've been really involved in a hobby or activity," not only moves the conversation away from sensitive topics, but also highlights your engagement with life and vibrant interests outside of romantic relationships. Remember, your happiness is not dependent on your romantic status, and you have every right to protect details about whom you spend time with. By emphasizing your active participation in life and your fulfillment from various sources, not just romantic relationships, you help shift societal expectations and norms about what it means to be a senior. In conclusion, handling personal questions about dating involves balancing privacy with openness. You want to ensure that your responses discourage further prying while still portraying a positive and engaged outlook on life. Maintaining this balance helps preserve your dignity and encourages respect for your personal boundaries. As we wrap up our discussion today, let's reflect on the importance of guarding your privacy in old age. Throughout this video, we have explored several types of questions that, while they may seem harmless, can actually infringe on your personal space and emotional well-being. From financial inquiries to probing about your family dynamics, each question has the potential to unsettle or manipulate, especially when asked without sensitivity. Remember, the choice to share information should always be yours and yours alone. By understanding the motivations behind these questions and learning effective strategies to maintain your privacy, you empower yourself to protect your peace and preserve your autonomy. As we've discussed, deflecting invasive questions isn't just about keeping secrets. It's about asserting control over your narrative and ensuring that interactions with others are respectful and appropriate. We encourage you to practice the responses and tactics shared today, whether it's keeping your financial details vague, shielding your inheritance plans, or simply changing the subject when personal topics arise. Each strategy serves to fortify your privacy and enhance your interactions. Aging should not diminish your rights to personal boundaries. Rather, it should reinforce the necessity of them. Finally, let's remember that silence is sometimes the strongest reply. Not every question deserves an answer, and not every inquiry warrants your attention. By choosing which battles are worth engaging in, you not only conserve your energy, but also command respect for your choices. Thank you for joining us in this important conversation. Your life, your choices, and your privacy are invaluable. Guard them wisely. Stay tuned for more insights and discussions on living a fulfilling and dignified life in your senior years. Until next time, keep valuing your privacy and living your life with grace and poise.